Tonight's next award recipient is Scott D. Miller. Nelson Mandela famously said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." And Scott Miller works each day to make sure this continues to be true for himself and for future generations. Dr. Miller is president of Virginia Wesleyan University. In his 7th year at BWU and his 31st year as a college president, he is one of the most experienced and prominent liberal arts college leaders in America. Recognized by numerous books and publications nationally for his transformative leadership style, he was identified in the book The Entrepreneurial College President as one of the 17 most entrepreneurial presidents in American higher education. Scott is an outspoken and passionate supporter of the residential liberal arts college environment that offers students of all backgrounds personalized pathways to life and career success. He is particularly proud of Virginia Wesleyan's recognition by U.S. News and World Report's Best College Guide in 2020 and 2021 as a top performer on social mobility and among top 25 in ethnic diversity among liberal arts institutions. Under his leadership, Virginia Wesleyan became the first higher education institution in the region to expand its statement on non-discrimination to include gender identity and gender expression. The university became an inaugural member of the Liberal Arts College's Racial Equity Leadership Alliance, LACRELA, in 2020. In 2019, President Miller appointed the university's first Chief Diversity Officer and has promoted an expanding menu of campus programs discussing and celebrating inclusion and diversity through the Robert Nussbaum Center, the Office of Gender and Sexuality Equity, Wesleyan Engaged, Civic Engagement and Service Learning, and others. Scott serves on numerous boards, including the North American Association of Methodist Schools, Colleges, and Universities, Virginia Beach Vision, Hampton Roads Chamber of Commerce, and Greater Norfolk Corporation. The Virginia Center for Inclusive Communities is proud to present a 2022 Tidewater Humanitarian Award to Scott D. Miller.
Thank you sincerely for this award. I'm humbled to be among such incredible pillars of the community. I grew up in an urban and ethnically diverse area of suburban Philadelphia, which was integral in the formation of my worldview. In my middle school and high school years, my family moved to a far less diverse area in western Pennsylvania, and then I attended a residential liberal arts college in Appalachia. Going from Philadelphia to West Virginia in the span of a few years made a lasting impression. I saw how people who were different were treated when you live in an area where diversity isn't celebrated. That's why I'm delighted to serve as president of Virginia Wesleyan University in coastal Virginia, where our stand on inclusion is integral to who we are. I'm grateful to students, faculty, staff, administrators, board members, and community members who share a vision for inclusion and whose efforts can be seen across campus. We've been named a top college in ethnic diversity and social mobility by U.S. News and World Report for the last several years in a row. Our diversity initiatives include charter membership in LACRELA, the Liberal Arts College's Racial Equity Leadership Alliance, where we are one of 60 inaugural members of top liberal arts colleges across the country that come together each month to share strategies, seek advice, and identify ways to impact racial equity at our own school and across American higher education. Our incredible Robert Nussbaum Center, formerly the Center for the Study of Religious Freedom, equips and empowers students and community members to be leaders and citizens who value diversity and who understand how the reconciliation of our religious, racial, and ideological differences create meaningful opportunities for civil solutions to difficult and urgent problems. In 2019, I was elected by peers to become the president of an organization now called the North American Association of Methodist Schools, Colleges, and Universities. It was an honor to represent our group of 117 institutions in a stance against the church regarding LGBTQ+ rights, a fight that continues today. Before I close, I want to recognize my wife Annie and our daughters Katie and Ashley for their love and support. All three share my passion for creating safe and inclusive communities and have exemplified leadership in this area in their personal and professional lives. I see the way my daughters are raising their children, and it continues to give me hope for the future. When inclusion and tolerance is celebrated at home, we can extend ourselves outside of our comfort zones to help forge better relationships and communities with others. Finally, to the Virginia Center for Inclusive Communities, I sincerely thank you for this wonderful recognition, and I pledge to continue to advocate for what this organization stands for: equality, justice, and inclusion for all. I pledge to continue working to address the injustice surrounding LGBTQ+ clergy and marriage in the United Methodist Church. I pledge to challenge issues of race and equity within the Old Dominion Athletic Conference and the NCAA. And I pledge to work to resolve the political rhetoric that's so divisive and counterproductive to the fine work we're doing in our communities. Again, I thank you.